Today we are here to expose imperialism in the Philippines.
Spanish imperialists attempted to gain wealth, religious followers, and land.
So what exactly drove the European imperialists to the region, and what did they hope to gain?
The Spanish imperialists wanted to spread Catholicism and gain wealth by finding spices and metals such as gold. They organized the new colony according to their model. They also wanted to acquire a share in the spice trade and develop contact with other countries to further Catholic missionaries there.
Life generally revolved around family, and it was common for a Catholic family to have godparents. Filipinos celebrated several different holidays based on their religions. About 95% of Filipinos were Catholic due to the Spaniards' influence.
In the Philippines during Spanish rule, there was a Congress, a House of Representatives, and Senators. The first legislative elections under the new parliamentary constitution were held on May 1987. Under President Ferdinand E. Marcos, the form of government was changed from a United States presidential system to a parliamentary form. During the age of imperialism, Spain and the United States declared war on each other, which led to the Spanish-American War in April 1898. This conflict ended Spanish colonial rule in the Philippines. The war was a result from Cuban struggle for independence in 1895. The Filipinos formed allies with the Americans, thinking that the victory of the war would grant them independence.
The war ended with the signing of the Treaty of Paris on December 1898. Spain ceded Guam and Puerto Rico to the United States, and additionally sold the Philippines to the U.S. for about $20 million. The Filipinos were totally outraged, and they started a rebellion which marked the start of the Philippine-American War. The Philippine-American War started in 1899 and ended in 1902, but the Filipinos never gained independence until it was 1946. What did the Americans want to do with the Filipinos?
The United States ruled the Philippines indirectly. The U.S. imports of goods was essential for Philippine industrial growth. The Americans spread democracy and hoped that one day the Filipinos would be able to self-govern themselves. One of America's major contributions to the Philippines was education.
In 1901, about 500 teachers arrived aboard the USS Thomas. These 500 teachers eventually firmly established education in the Philippines. The Filipinos were taught English, and eventually, literacy in the Philippines doubled.
In 1946, during decolonization, the United States finally accepted the Philippines as an independent nation and withdrew and surrendered all rights of possession and supervision over the country. The signing of the Treaty of General Relations, which finalized its independence, was initiated by the desire to keep the friendly relationship between the two countries. The Philippines agreed to assume all obligations that the United States had under the Treaty of Paris to maintain peace and stability in the country.
In 2012, President Gloria Arroyo was arrested on having connections to a variety of corruption scandals, which she did during her years as president. Allegations included that she and her administration stole money from the National Lottery between 2008 and 2010, and that she stole state funds for her campaign.
This was a major current event in the Philippines because it showed the conditions of the Philippine government. Although the United States brought in democracy, it did not maintain and regulate it, leading to corruption throughout the government.